Hey, this is Christopher Holcomb with a new episode of Christopher Holcomb's TV. Pretty much what I'm going to do is give you guys a topic that I've been deeply impacted by, which is appraisals and comps. Recently, I lost a deal, or a deal didn't happen because of the situation regarding the appraisal and the comps. To me, there are big things in any dealing. If you're a homeowner, if you are an investor, trust me, seasoned investors will tell you all day, make sure your appraisals and comps are close to accurate because it's a very, very impactful part of your business. Pretty much, if you're looking to buy a house as a homeowner, you want to know if the bank's going to approve it, especially if you're getting a mortgage, if the appraisal comes in below the mortgage. So pretty much what I'm saying is, let's say the mortgage company said we're going to do 70% on anything over 80,000 or something, and then the appraisal comes in at 70,000, where you're not going to get that percentage now. The percentage drops, so you want the appraisal to probably come in a little bit higher, so you make sure you will get that money and for that price, because the property will be worth that. That's also what appraisal and comps do too. For an investor like myself, in my model, I'm doing a lot of rehab, or that's what I'm working on, doing a lot of rehab. So I need to know the ARV, which is after repair value. That's very crucial to me because if I'm buying a property, I need to know the rehab I put in there and what the property will be worth. And right now I'm looking at a double ARV range because of the spread I need for the investors and homeowners I'm trying to sell the property to in the land contract process. So pretty much I would say be very careful when you do appraisals. Make sure you get somebody that does appraisals and a very good expert around here. Dave Deska is one of the greatest guys I know that does appraisals, not only for investors, but he does it for different companies. So he has a lot of wide range of experience. That's what you want your appraiser to do. Comp wise, all comps are not the best comps. It's just like working out. A lot of people work out, but if they don't have experience and understand how to work out, then it's not going to be you're not going to get a good workout. Same way with comps. You can run comps, but if you're not running accurate comps of apples to apple comparisons, time frames, square footage, type of home, location, then you may not get the greatest of appraisals. So they do differ. If you're buying a property, usually the bank's going to do the appraisal and the comps. So you want to make sure whatever range you got it coming in, that hopefully it has enough room that it will become a good deal and not be a bad deal, because they're going to try to get the lowest price possible. So remember that when you're doing it as a homeowner. And same way as investors, banks are not giving away money, and they're not going to try to give you the best deal. They're going to definitely try to benefit themselves the best. So be careful on that. Make sure if you're not doing the comps, that the person that's doing the comps, you set up a criteria. Let them know the range. Let them know the time frame. Let them know the square footage. Give them all the accurate information if they can't pull it off the records. But make sure what range they're doing it in, because it's very valuable. You want a ballpark figure, at least as an investor, of what that property will be. So if they give you one for 70, one for 77, one for 80 something, then you could probably take the average of it and be like, okay, and then be conservative and maybe drop it down a couple thousand on what your property is going to be. So that's one thing I would say definitely be careful of when you do. Same way with appraisals, because if you're dealing with investors and someone else doing an appraisal, if you don't know that person, I'll still get an outside appraisal done just to be safe, to make sure it's in alignment of the numbers you're dealing with, because buying a property and then the value is not what they indicated, well, they're not trying to do it on your end anyway. They're trying to make sure they win and you lose. Unfortunately, there's a lot of investors like that, a lot of people that deal in real estate, from realtors and brokers, that are not really your friends in this business. So definitely cover your butt. So make sure you know what the appraiser's doing, how they're appraising the property, what they're looking for, what they're comparing it to, as well as the comps that they run, because all those things are tied in together. And as for me, my ARV that I came up with was lower than the ARV that the wholesaler was telling me, so I couldn't do the deal. Lovely property, ranch in a nice area, but with the rehab I was going to put in there, if I couldn't get in a certain range I was looking for, which was like a $20,000 difference, it's a no-go. And if I bought it for the price she was saying with the ARV that I was looking for, it's going to drop at 20 something thousand. So it didn't happen. And I kind of fault myself because I didn't do the due diligence of the ARV firsthand. I took their word for it because I'm like, you wholesaling, you provide me with all the information. However, I got to make sure it's accurate. And that's why I'm glad I did double check everything, verify the taxes and everything else. And then the ARV just wasn't making sense. I didn't have one resource do it. I had a couple of different resources run the same type of comps, and they came up with what we came up with, which was $20,000 less than what they came up with. And I even went back to them like, hey, can't do the deal unless you can verify this comp, because whoever evaluates the property, I got to make sure it's evaluated in the range that you're indicating. And even when they gave me the information on how they ran it, still couldn't come up with it. So it's a lesson learned. I'm still out here grinding. Once we get a good house, we'll definitely go through the process. It'll be one of my rehabs I've done solo, and it'll be hopefully a great deal. If not, you guys will see what mistakes I make and hopefully learn from it. But pretty much topic today, make sure your appraisal's right, make sure your comps are right, and double check everything. Because if not, you don't want to make a mistake and lose in a deal, especially when you're dealing with real estate and maybe OPM, because other people don't want to hear no excuses, so then you got to take it out your pocket. And a loss is a loss. It's a learning experience, but why do it if you can learn from others? So that's my topic for tonight. Wanted to share you guys with that. My website is coming soon. Hopefully sometime in June. We're looking for it. I'll definitely keep you guys posted with that. As always, feedback is welcome. If you like it, check out my other videos. So catch you guys on the next video, and y'all have a good day.